I'm Dr. Randy Kamen. Welcome to Strategies to Spark Your Week. Today I'm going to be talking about the 7 secrets of happy couples, specifically happy long-term couples, but it really applies to everyone. Do you sometimes look at happy couples and wonder, how do they continue to have fun together year after year? They hold hands, they seemingly talk about everything, clearly enjoying each other's company. It's hard to imagine them fighting about silly stuff that most of us get into. What are they doing to keep up this high level of love and connection? Well, the truth is that most, if not all couples, have their differences. They do fight. They do have moments in which they are frustrated, even infuriated with each other. In fact, there are times when happy couples look very much like unhappy couples. However, there are some important distinctions between happy and unhappy long-term couples. Basically, happy couples have figured out how to fight fair, how to have rituals or habits that continue to strengthen their bond. With practice, we can all develop skills that can fortify our relationships. Happy couples tend to do the following. Most importantly, they trust each other. Even when happy couples disagree or fight, they trust that their partner will have their best interests at heart. Regardless of the circumstances, they feel safe and they trust the other to be kind, faithful, honest, give the benefit of the doubt, to care, and to listen. Researcher John Gottman found that couples who trust each other live longer and healthier lives. According to Gottman, trust is related to the release of oxytocin, which is that feel-good, cuddle, or bonding hormone. It's the same hormone we secrete when we have an orgasm. And the stronger the orgasm, the more oxytocin we secrete. Happy couples tune into one another and step up when the other is needed. They have a fifth sense about each other. When disagreements or arguments arise, they default to trusting and forgiving the other rather than distrusting and begrudging. Happy couples, this is number 2, happy couples don't despair when they come up against their differences. They know that differences exist, and sometimes quite dramatically. Every couple has their ongoing clashes and disputes in which their personalities and preferences simply do not align. When they tune in, they notice that there it is again, that dance that we do when you do what you do and I do what I do. According to Gottman's research, 69% of marital conflicts or long-term relationships are not resolvable, regardless of how we approach our partner. Ultimately, it's a matter of learning to tolerate strong feelings that arise when a dispute occurs and developing a stronger sense of acceptance. Over time, it's possible to even develop a sense of humor that diffuses the situation. In any case, when conflicts arise, happy couples duke it out fairly, knowing that they're in it for the long haul. Number 3. Happy couples are not mean-spirited. They know that their words, their behaviors count. Arguments are not a free-for-all. They take care about the words they choose to express frustration and disappointment. The intention in their communication is to listen carefully to one another and tell their truth kindly. Even when the message to be revealed is difficult to say, it is said honestly and with compassion for the other. This builds a reservoir of trust and makes it safe to be fully in the relationship. Listening deeply to your partner allows him or her to feel truly seen and heard, which is what we all yearn for. Have you ever noticed what happens when you listen to someone and are fully engaged in being there for them, even when you don't agree? There is inevitably a connection that occurs, a feeling for being visible, for being cared for. 4. Happy couples know how to repair the damage when conflict does arise. The truth is, none of us are perfect, and we all have within us the potential to speak or act unkindly. It's about knowing how to manage the harm or hurt once it happens. Happy couples know how to empathize with the other and how to forgive. They care deeply about how their partner feels. They don't want to hurt each other. Even when a situation can't be resolved, it's good to forgive so that you can let go and move on. Happy couples offer authentic apologies for their unkind actions and words. Again, according to the research of John Gottman, it takes 5 acts of kindness to undo one hurtful event. That's a lot of forgiving and kindness. The key here is to remain conscious, awake of how we express ourselves and listen to each other. The way we deliver messages to one another is more important than the words that we use. That is, it is always tone over content. For example, you could say, "I heard you," in lots of different ways, and depending on the tone of your voice, the meaning can vary quite dramatically. For example, you could say, "I heard you," with anger, or you could say, "I heard you, I really heard you," with compassion. Active listening means tuning into all the cues, verbal and nonverbal. That's when we really understand what is going on with our partner. 5. Happy couples schedule pleasurable activities together. They remember what brought them together in the first place. They share conversations when they intentionally remember the good times and qualities that they have experienced together in the past. They will offer up what they love about each other, and this can jumpstart loving memories and diffuse the bad ones. They build on the strengths of the relationship by creating opportunities for scheduling new pleasurable activities together. They also spend time with couples that have healthy relationships, which also helps to reinforce that positivity in their own marriage or partnership. This is number 6. Happy couples have rituals that they practice routinely together. For example, they get into bed at the same time, usually without electronics. They wish each other good morning and good night, regardless of how they feel, and usually with a hug and kiss. They check in with each other during the day, sometimes more than once. They also are pleased to be seen together because they know that they belong with each other. 7. Basically, happy couples behave like good friends in which they assume the best about each other. They handle their conflicts mostly in gentle, positive ways. They are able to successfully repair negative conflicts. That's a main difference between happy and unhappy couples. Happy couples also honor their individual needs as well as their shared goals as a couple, helping each other to realize their goals and dreams. Essentially, they do what they can to build and safeguard each other's happiness. Perhaps most importantly, happy couples are committed to working hard on keeping their connections strong. They do not take each other for granted. They actively practice these strategies in acts of loving kindness. You can begin to strengthen your relationship today by choosing to put into action any one of these 7 secrets. It simply requires the desire to make your partnership more loving and fulfilling. I hope this talk sparks you into a greater place of happiness with your significant other. I'd love to hear your comments on drrandykamen.com. Please note that details for the next Blueberry Fields MV retreat will be Columbus Day weekend. Early registration has begun. The retreat will be on the vineyard and will be about strategies to retrain your brain for positivity and success. Details about the retreat are available on my website. I look forward to seeing you next week for another episode of Strategies to Spark Your Week.